Well, we're at Bruntingthorpe. It started to rain, unfortunately, but we're going to do some speed testing. And I've got with me Howard Boylan, who does the 35mm still stuff. Howard, that's an impressive lens you've got in your arms there.
Yeah, it's a 500mm f4.5 lens made by Canon, and it's fitted with ultrasonic motors which do all the focusing for you.
Ah, so this is the trick, is it? This is the trick of keeping riders in focus? And
no, they actually drive the focusing ring.
Yeah.
And you have to actually manually turn the ring with your fingers, but it's ultrasonic motors that turn it.
Oh, it still needs a driver to it all then?
You do need to be there, yeah.
Tell me, when you're doing static shots like this, speed standing quarter miles, that's somewhat more straightforward than circuit work, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you have controlled conditions. You know what the bikes are going to do, you know the riders, you know what they're capable of, and yeah, basically you know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen.
And just where they're going to be, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me, if you're doing Grand Prix stuff, it's probably very difficult to say, but how many films would you get through on a typical Grand Prix? Because you guys just seem to be shooting away all the time. Yeah,
well, Grand Prix just comes round, well, to Britain certainly just once a year, so we need to bang away on stock for ourselves on that. So we'll shoot almost every rider in all three classes, and 30 or 40 rolls not uncommon for the weekend.
So you've got a hell of a lot of sorting out then when you get back from the race.
Absolutely, it's whiz back from the Grand Prix into the dark room, and you'll be there till very early hours of the morning, still processing, still picking out pictures from it. Yeah, big weekend.
So when we see you guys looking all very glamorous with the press passes and the lenses and all the dolly birds, there's a lot of work there.
Oh, it's all work. It's like a duck, you know. There's the little legs going underwater. It all looks very elegant on the top there.
I know that feeling well. I think we'll be like ducks here before long.
Oh, we will, yeah.
Thanks, Howard.
Thanks very much.
So what's the setup? We've got the test equipment here. What actually happens? How does it work?
What we're going to do here is do two things with each of the bikes we have today. We're going to measure the acceleration of the 916 now. Andy will set off from this point and travel to a set of lights set down at the end of the runway there, exactly a quarter of a mile away. He'll be trying to do the fastest speed he can, and we'll take 2 or 3 runs at it and take an average and find out how quickly the bike gets off the line and what sort of terminal speed it's got. Then after we've done that with the Honda as well, we'll take some top speed figures, and we'll start at the end of this runway, which is 2 miles long, get down and break the beam at the other end and simply record the top speed. We expect about 160 mile an hour from each of these bikes, but we won't know until we check, so that's what we do it for.
Okay, and the kit that we've got, the transmitter and receiver down there?
Yeah, I mean, it's all sort of fairly high quality, high spec kit, and it can measure speeds to a tenth of a second, and we rely on it every single time we come here. We've proven it's accurate, and it's the only way to really tell how quickly a bike can go. We obviously can't do this on the road because we'd get nabbed and it's dangerous. Basically what we'll do, we'll get him as forward as possible without breaking the beam, so he's in exactly the right spot. If you just come forward, Andy, a bit more. Yeah. Okay. Now he's ready. It's important for him now to get a good launch from this particular spot and get down the other end as quickly as he can. Yeah, quite an impressive time from Andy there. 11.3 seconds. That's a very good time for this particular bike. I didn't think he was going to go that quickly, actually, because he wheelied away from the line and probably took a bit of time to get himself composed. And he just touched into the rev limiter as well, which cost him a bit of time. But 11.3 seconds to do a quarter mile and 122 mile an hour at the end of it. We'll ask him to do it a couple more times, and then we'll take his best.
Okay. Well, it's now my turn to have a go at this. Never done it before, so we'll give it a crack. But I'm not doing it with the microphone.
Jeff did quite an impressive time on that bike. Good man to get it into the 10s, but 11.4 at 122 was pretty respectable, especially considering he hasn't done it before.
Well, the guy you've been seeing cracking down the strip, Andy Ibbott, this is him. On the back of his helmet it says idiot, but I don't think that's really true. It's not true, is it, Andy?
Not at all. It's just a vicious rumour.
Andy, very impressive you're doing these takeoffs. It's a practice start though, isn't it, this?
Yes, it is. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a full-out speed run, whereby I'll do a complete lap of the circuit and start at the end of the 2 mile straight and come through absolutely as fast as I can. Few hazards to watch out for at Bruntingthorpe. Rabbits and birds. They can get in the way and they can cause a lot of damage if you hit them.
Chris, what was that time like that I happened to do then?
Well, I did mention actually, as soon as you recorded it, that it was pretty good. You were lucky to be on a bike that is quick and easy to launch, but yeah, you were only about half a second behind someone who'd be considered an expert, so yeah, well done.
So not bad for a novice then.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. I mean, you would certainly get faster with more practice, but that's quick enough, isn't it?
Yeah, and it is my bike, so I don't want to burn anything out.
Indeed, yeah.
Now, you've done some blistering speeds elsewhere, as I understand it. What was it?
Yeah, I managed to do 201 miles per hour on Mick Granger's ZZR 1100 Turbo. It's a bike based on yours, but it kicks out significantly more horsepower, 330 brake horsepower at the back tyre.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the strangest thing was it didn't feel that fast, and the guys who were recording the time ribbed me by saying I'd only done 165, but then when they'd stopped laughing, they admitted that I'd done 201. And it didn't feel that fantastic at the time, but I went home and thought about it, and that is an incredible speed to be doing on a motorbike, you know, twice over 100 mile an hour.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Even more so if you come a tumble.
Yeah.
Who was that?
That was Andy. He's just about to record the top speed here. Yeah, that's about right. 151 for the VTR 1000. Yeah. That's a wee bit slower than the 916 at the moment, but we'll send him round again and see if he can better that.
I noticed at the end there, where the banking is, as I went through the lights, that bank is a bit close.
Yeah, as you'll be able to see any second now, when you're going at the sort of speed that Andy's going now, he does, as he said earlier, have to pay an enormous amount of attention. As soon as he gets through the finishing light, he's got to start considering braking. Bikes that we test can go 30 miles per hour faster than these that we've got today. And if you're not on the ball and you don't start braking the moment you break the beam, you run the risk of going up that bank and getting launched into Leicester.
How was that for you then, Andy?
Cold. An interesting point. One of the reasons that we do the speed testing is the Honda just went through at 168 miles an hour on the speedo. But the reality was a lot less, wasn't it, Chris?
Yeah, only 150. And as Andy said, you know, it's important for us to get the right figures, and yeah, it just shows how much the speedo can be sometimes. No, I mean, it's gone to plan really. We need a bit of time to set the gear up and then just do a few runs, take the best or average speed, and then away from here. But don't forget, this test is only a small percentage of what we need to do with the bikes, you know, to convey the impression of riding the thing, you know.
Well, I must say, I mean, it's been good for me to see you guys doing this on the strip, and I think everyone who sort of reads the paper can see the trouble that's gone into it, and so and especially this speedometer indication, then it spoils someone's spiel down the pub, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, definitely. There is barroom figures, shall we say, and then the reality.
Okay, well, thanks very much to the both of you, and I hope everything goes okay on the road as well as it goes on the track and on the test strip here.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Jeff.